Good morning. Welcome to the paper review. It's the 11th day in the month of September 2023 and it's a Monday morning. Wow. Hope you had a swell weekend. We did. My name is Alex Obunaya and just in case you're wondering, it's Quest Television and Quest FM. I'm not alone here in the studio. I have here with me our regular analyst, Comrade Odomo Efe. Good morning to you, comrade.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome to a very new week.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
We hope it brings glad tidings.
Yes, you know, as we are giving the news, nobody has ever become poor by giving. So we'll continue to give.
Okay, without further ado, let's look at the dailies. There are 4 newspapers up for review this morning. And the papers are Daily Sun, The Guardian, Nation, and The Punch newspapers. All of these papers we will be quick as possible as we review them, and later on the program you'll be free to call in and air your views on any of the headlines that may have tickled your fancy. Let's start off with Daily Sun. Tinubu Atiku legal battle shifts to US. Court hears Chicago University case tomorrow. You can find all of that on page 6. 24 dead, 30 rescued in Niger boat mishap. That's on page 4. And insecurity, Catholic bishop sacks governments on arms proliferation, demand cuts in cost of governance. Death of DPO, police arrest 6 suspects in Rivers State. That story can be found on page 4 of the Sun newspaper. Subsidy removal, Serap gives 36 governors 7 days to disclose details on spending of 2 billion naira palliative. Court sacks Rep. Ugo Chinyere in Imo State. In Kano, another in Kano affirmed Senator Abamoro in Benue. Finally, from a Daily Sun newspaper, lingering bilateral issues top agenda as Tinubu meets UAE authorities in Abu Dhabi. Okay, let's turn our attention now to Guardian newspaper. Falling consumption, weak sales threaten FMCG business jobs. That's on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. Okay, that's it now. You have it on your screen now. Falling consumption, weak sales threaten FMCG businesses jobs. The full story is on page 6. LP seeks clarity from PEPC, that's the Presidential Election Petition Council or Committee, over judgment copies issued to APC. And below that one, can Catholic bishops decry worrying or worsening hardship in Nigeria? And finally, from the Guardian newspaper, how endless internal rows diminish status of one revered MBA. That's that from the Guardian newspaper. Let's look at the Nation newspaper, which will be on your screen very shortly. Okay, we'll have it on your screen now. Tinubu strikes multiple deals with Germany, Korea, India. That's the lead story on the front page of the Nation newspaper. And above the masthead, President fair in Igbo with appointments, says Soludo. Acquisition of bank, CBN, Deputy Governor quizzed. That's also above the masthead of the Nation newspaper. And still above the masthead, United Nigeria seeks slots into London, Dubai, other routes, Ogun government, Daniel's wife clash over vandalized plaza. Finally, on the front page of the Nation newspaper, 26 die in Niger boat accident. Eagles wallop Sao Tome 6-0. You can read that story on page 63 of the Nation. That's the sports story. And finally, from the Punch newspaper, National Assembly polls tribunals to decide 400 cases and sittings. It comes with riders. Okay, it should be on your screen very soon. Punch newspaper. The National Assembly polls tribunals to decide 400 cases and sittings. It comes with a rider. Okay, you have it on your screen now. 7 Delta reps, others to no fate this week. Tribunals sack Kano, NNPP lawmaker, Imo PDP rep, Plateau governor gets verdict today as tribunal decides poll petition in more states. Morocco earthquake victims rise to 2,122. Children worst hit. That's a sad one. Ogun, ex-governor Daniel's wife clash over plaza demolition. NDLEA seizes 399 explosives, illicit drugs, grandma, others arrested. And 24 dead, 30 rescued in Niger boat accident. That's on page 5. Okay, let's come above the masthead now, see if we can sneak in one last story. Federal government, foreign airlines need as flight disruptions worsen. Federal government, foreign airlines need as flight disruptions worsen. You can take that, or you can find that on page 29 of the Punch newspaper. Okay, I think this is where we end the reviews of the pages now, looking at the headlines that is. I did say earlier on we have Comrade Odomo here in the studio with us, and Comrade Odomo, you've seen the headlines.
Yes.
Okay. Atiku, Tinubu take legal battle to US. They're done with Nigeria, even though they said they're going to appeal. But another aspect of the case has been shifted to the US.
You know, we can never have an end to this. I use the word quagmire. I don't agree with you, you don't agree with me. It's the cause of fighting. They're already in court here, and why shift the base to US again over the certificate saga, I suppose? Maybe the certificate saga and the narcotic issue. You know, in life we are, not everything at times can be fair. You have the good, the bad, the ugly.
True.
Somebody must become a president of the nation, whether by any means. Anything you fight for with your money, with your time, with your strength, and you don't get it, just take it as an act of God. I am not asking him to go to court, but I think it will not be too well for us to carry our own internal matter to international court for settlement. Even now they go to the international court, and the matter remains the same. What do we do? What do we do as this instance? Let us join hands together and build the nation. Let them remain within Nigerian courts. They have a Supreme Court there to appeal to, and I think they have done that. So why not wait for the outcome of that one? Is it, now, if Atiku even becomes the president tomorrow, or Obi becomes the president tomorrow, somebody else will still go to court and say that we're not fairly elected. So it is the same thing all over. Is it like Ibori said one time that it takes a popular man to rig election and win, which is very correct. Like me, can I rig the governorship of Delta State, talk less of the presidency? Who will do it for me?
Because you're not popular.
Exactly.
And when you talk about popularity, it also means...
exactly, you understand.
Okay, let's deal with election matters now. National Assembly polls tribunals to decide 400 cases end sitting. We're bound to see more, hear more court rulings.
You know, there is a country in Africa here, very close to us, down below. I don't want to mention their names. Most of them, in most cases, don't go for election. They only voted the president in a one-party system. And the president, in turn, picks people from all the zones he wants to run his government, and that is to form his cabinet. Now we have the screening committee at the party levels. We have the screening committee at the INEC levels. Now they have gone for election. They have come out of elections. Then you are not taking this matter before a panel of about 5 people, that is the judges, to decide what almost 700,000 people decided. And they are now removing them one after the other. Which means at the screening level, nothing was actually done. Because if proper screening were done, I don't think all these cases will be coming up. In life, somebody must be cheated. Somebody must have cheated somebody. Somebody was saying that yesterday that he is blaming those people that are being duped. I said, no. In every day, Mugu must enter into a town. And when Mugus enter into town, then the conmen will have field day. How can we be going to court to remove an elected person by over 700,000 people? These judges, are they there, or were they there when these elections were taking place, that they are not deciding the fate of the whole Nigerians? Something is wrong somewhere. Like somebody said, the former president said last month, yes, that the whole problem Nigeria is having today is from INEC, which is correct. If they had done their homework properly, all these things wouldn't have been coming up. Because I don't see any reason why all the elections in the country as a whole, from the House of Assembly to Reps to Senate to President, everybody goes to court to go and claim mandate that they were cheated. If you teach for a whole year and all the students go for exam and they fail, what happens to that school? The principal must be removed, of course. But now the principal is still seated there, still want you to conduct further exams. How do you think the further ones will work?
Okay, let's stop you there. Let's go to Rivers State, where something very barbaric happened 2 days ago. The killing of the DPO in Ahoda. And we hear that the DPO was dismembered. He was brutally and gruesomely killed. You know, what's this country turning into?
Yeah, the level of insecurity is becoming so high. You know, the job of the police is to protect. Now that you are killing the people who are supposed to protect us, then what hope do you and I have? We are heading for a total destruction if things are not checkmated. The IG of police, this said he was going to chase all the wolves out of the bush. And now, we have not seen any action as to that effect. Last week also, they were saying that there is a plot to remove the IGP by some groups, and they are already investigating that matter. If you could go and kill a whole DPO, dismember him, what would have been the offense of the DPO? Was it that he was so hard on them? Was it that he was doing some negative issues? Or for now, nobody can say that. But I'm so glad that the governor said they are going to get the killers dead or alive. And I think if they are actually going to, for your information, there is no crime that is committed in any part of the world that the government is not aware. Not that they perpetrated it, but they must be able to trace the perpetrators because they have all the technologies in the world, everything to trace any crime of such nature. It is an absurd for somebody to say, no, I can't even imagine it, a whole DPO. What was his offense that they have to do that? And not only that, these things are beginning to come up again, not only in Rivers State, it's only that this one, the big man is involved. Look at what happened in Benue. What of the one that happened in Kaduna and Co. over the weekend. We continue seeing all these things. It is time for the security operatives to walk, not to back. There is time to back, there is time to walk, to bite. Let them go out biting. In a situation like this, even street bullets doesn't discriminate that this person is innocent, this person is not innocent. I'm not asking them to shoot. It's just a saying. Let them go out and feed these perpetrators to teach anyone that has such plans in mind some lesson and warnings.
Yeah, Serap is in the news, and this time they've asked all the 36 state governors to make public details of how they spent the 2 billion naira given to them by federal government, details of who they gave those monies to or who they gave palliatives to within 7 days, or otherwise they will be going to court. It's
a very big welcome development, actually. Very, very big welcome development. They should not treat this issue as part of security vote that is not accounted for. You have told us you have spent 2 billion. How was it spent? If there is check and balance in the government, most of all these excesses we see will be checkmated or they will be reduced. But nobody was checking that. Nobody was checking that. They will just tell you they've given this, they've given that. And everybody goes to bed and say, yes, they have performed. If actually you are giving a whole state 80 bags of rice, and that is that palliative. When they did the mathematics, it's about a derica of rice to a family, and how long does that take you? But when the figures come out at the end of the day, you see billions in the accounts that has been spent. Let Serap go on. We are behind. I am behind them. I don't know for that, but I will say I am behind them because if they are able to checkmate them at this level, it will go a long way in the history of the country to make people sit and do their jobs they're supposed to do.
Yeah, I don't know the number of workforce the Delta State government has in terms of civil service.
Yes.
But reports we're getting says each civil servant will get an additional 10,000 naira monthly for 3 months. That's 30,000 naira. And is that enough to cushion?
So after the 30,000 naira, they should go on hungry? I don't know. We are not placing our priorities right at all. If you multiply 30,000 naira for the 3 months, times the number of the civil servants we have in Nigeria, in Delta State, is enough. It's enough to put one independent power project in a senatorial zone. Even if we cannot complete it, the another 3 months can be used to complete it. To run this thing for a year or two, you will see that our economy in the state will continue to boom. And what is the yardstick of doing all this? Is thinking. You cannot be giving me money to feed every day. It's not possible. It's not possible. Even when, at a point when God fed Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, he told them, go and walk. But the Bible did not say this. He said you are going to till the ground before you eat. You cannot feed a man with his family with 10,000 naira in a week, talk less of 1 month, and you are doing it for only 3 months and say you've done the palliative. Why are they so much afraid in investment? Why are we talking of revenue investment? You don't invest in revenue and you decide to make any profit out of this. You invest in assets. Where is Asaba Textile Mill? Why is it not functioning till tomorrow? Several industries have closed up. Why not revive those industries? Why not go into IPP? Why not go into modular refineries to people that can do it? Channel all this money there. Then you can go back home and sit and relax. Then the economy will start booming. Then they will start. You know what the job of a chairman in a committee? The chairman in most cases don't talk. When everybody has finished talking, he will pick your point, and summarize them. At the end of the day, we say, oh, but that chairman is brilliant. It's only using your own idea. That is what the government should be doing now. Plow all this money into areas that will generate revenue for the state. Plow this money into the areas that will develop the youth. And by the time you do this, you just need to sit down and your dividends will start coming.
Okay, talking about dividends, President Tinubu is being expected in the country anytime soon, but he's been away for a while, and we hear that he's been striking deals. The lead story on the front page of Nation says Tinubu strikes multiple deals with Germany, Korea, and India. You know, we've heard of these things in the past, even when, you know, former President Muhammad Buhari was in office, traveling to other countries, striking deals and all of that with foreign partners, foreign governments. When are we going to start seeing the effect of these deals?
I think President Tinubu is very serious over this matter. When they made those statements in the past, there was no political will and purpose for them. Most of the investors were scared of the security situation in Nigeria. Most of them were also scared about the epileptic power supply.
But those things are still with us.
They are still with us. Now, if the government is able to block those two loopholes, the investment will start flowing. And two, if you look at the economic team of President Tinubu today, it's somehow more serious than what we had in the past. And that is why when he was traveling, look at the people he carried along, Elumelu and co. And the people here is discussing with, they are also people with high intellect that we will be able to invest. Our prayer now is, we should not make it a paper issue. We should make it direct to the eyes. What can we invest that we can see? And for him to succeed, he has to, like as I said, he has to tackle the security situation. Because I cannot come to your country to come and invest when your security system is zero. When the epileptic power is another of the day. How many companies have moved out of Nigeria now to our neighboring countries? No, the issue of discussing the investment from foreign countries is not a problem at all. But the problem is, how do we maintain them when they come here? Are we going to use that Nigerian factor? Definitely, we've had it in the past. None of them has worked. But I think he's having a different approach to it. You cannot judge a little child that is going to be a barren when he's old, unless, of course, she gets to that age before you will know. So let the president do all he could, but you should not forget the home ground. Okay,
I'm afraid, Comrade Omo, thank you so much. This is where we'll shall be calling today on the paper review on Quest Television. I want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Vanguard Newspapers, for sponsoring this program or this session of the morning show on Quest Television. And big thank you to Comrade Odomo for his expert analysis as usual. Good morning. I am Alex Abunaya.